Melanie fans. I'm here to talk about some writing advice. My name is Jessica Tarian, and I am the author of the Children of the God series. If you're stopping by for my blog tour for Uprising, which is the second in the series, then thank you very much for stopping. And also thanks to Melanie for having me on her blog. So, after writing Oppression, which is the first in the series, I came to learn something that I considered very valuable, which is that you can't please everyone. That's my main writing advice. I know it sounds a little odd, but after writing a book and having it out there for the world to see, one of the hardest things is to get reviews, I guess. I know they say not to read your reviews, but if you're a writer, if you're an author, you probably are going to read them. And the thing is, you can't please everyone. So I get, emails from people who were like, oh, that was the best book ever, and it changed the way I thought of things, or it made me want to be a writer. And those just make your day. Those are the best things, the best emails, the best fan mail you could get. And it really makes you happy. And I mean, because I take reviews very personally. I know that's kind of bad. You're supposed to have like a thick skin, but I don't know. I'm very touched when my writing affects somebody in a good way. So that given you get good reviews, you also get the bad reviews. So there are people out there who just want to be mean, who just want to tear you down or feel like a critic or whatever. Or just want to give their honest opinion, and maybe it just wasn't for them, but they're going to explain why it wasn't for them. And at first, it was really hard for me to deal with those reviews. Like, I was so heartbroken. It's like getting a rejection letter from an agent or something, just like, oh, it hurts. But if you try and change your book or your writing for those people, then first of all, you're not being true to yourself, and second of all, true to yourself and true to your writing. But what you might change for that person, the person who loved your book may end up hating it. So it's like you really can't please everyone, and you just have to take the good with the bad. And it's gonna, reviews are hard and they suck, the bad ones, but everyone gets them. So what I do is I go to my favorite writers every time I get a bad review, and I look up all the 1-star reviews that they have, and I'm like, these people are crazy. Like, this is the best book ever. Like, everyone's all about Divergent right now. So if you look up 1-star reviews for Divergent, it's just like makes you feel better because you're like, that was a great book. I loved it. Anyway, it's hard doing these vlogs because I kind of feel like I'm just babbling. I don't know. But I guess it's supposed to give you a sense of who I am as a person. And I don't know. So that's my number one writing advice, is to not think about pleasing anybody else while you're writing. Just write for yourself. Be true to your story and how you want to write it, the way you want to write it. And I guess my second piece of advice would be, don't start editing until the end, because you'll get stuck in this making it perfect kind of editing cycle. And I mean, I love everyone who knows me probably knows I love Bird by Bird, which is by Anne Lamott. Anne Lamott. I don't know. I think it's Anne Lamott. Oh gosh. Anyway, so she always says, write that crappy first draft. Just get it out. That way it's done, it's on paper, and then you can start the editing, because I think the most important thing is to get the content out. My third piece of writing advice would be to go to a writer's conference. That's always what I say to people who ask me what my advice is, because I got discovered at a writer's conference, and that's how I found my publisher. And also, I met some of my best writing buddies ever at a writer's conference. I mean, I have great friends that aren't writers, And they're like, cool, you wrote a book. Great. You know, they're not going to sit down and help me brainstorm and edit it, you know, edit a 300-page manuscript. They're like, maybe later, you know? So finding those writing friends that you connect with on a personal level at a writer's conference, I mean, that was worth every penny for me. Finding my little Miss Holly. Love you, Holly. Anyway, so those are my 3 big pieces of writing advice. And sorry if I'm kind of rambly. I just had a baby 4 months ago. I have baby brain. And I'm trying to squeeze this video in while my husband is out strolling the baby around. So forgive me for my babbling. Anyway, thank you so much for having me on your blog, Melanie, and thank you so much everyone who stopped by and all your support in my release of Uprising, Children of the Gods #2, which is the 2nd book, obviously, in my series. And I hope you all have a really good day, and stop by the rest of the blog tour stops. All right, thanks.